today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there were many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Throwing, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now Jones. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep for Chicago, Dad's Newsome. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23, and he'll be out right at the 35. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Fields on 1st down. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll run with Montgomery, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. Touchdown! Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs. But sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
From the 29, Jones, he finds his man, complete. It's Thornton. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
58, boys, 58.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 50.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on. That one was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try to help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. Shedding through the defense. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yo, 58.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll try the right side with Harris. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43. On play action, Fields. Rolling to his left. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Jones. He'll go underneath here to Stevenson.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
58, right there. Right, 58, right there.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here's Jones on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's McGee. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the 45 on second down, Jones. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there for the Patriots.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Jones. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots are back within a score. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Here we go, Shaq. Cowboy 80. 58, right there.
The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the draw is Stevenson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jones now on 3rd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for New England. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Now Fields.
On the move to his left. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw out right to Bourne. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Patriots! Devontae Parker as the first half is winding down, and the Patriots have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. A touchdown run for James Conner. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now it's Fields.
Buying time to his left.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Back to throw, Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
You better be afraid of me.
Looking to throw. Jones. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, here comes Newsome. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd down and 8.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Got you covered.
Fields now to throw. That pass taken in by Newsome. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete to Newsome. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Fields. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting this sense that he's looking to take off the run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. So
out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Santos' kick is up and through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch it.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Open man is born.
7 yards the pickup there.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
On second down, it's Stevenson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jones. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this out past the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On first down, it's Fields. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Field's going to get this to Montgomery, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Fields throwing again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw again. Open man is Newsome. He's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New England's offense set to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 2nd and very short, Jones. And throw right side complete to Parker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Jones now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Six yards left on second down. From the gun, Jones. And his throw here's incomplete. New England on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Robert Quinn, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Mike 21, check Mike 21. And come on up. Back.
On second down, it's Montgomery.
Get there.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Back to throw. Fields.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Ronnie Perkins with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Three yards remain for second down.
Army.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Jones. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up. Now Jones. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on fourth down. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a first down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. They want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
My game, my game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
My game, my game. Hey, you're up.
And they take a knee.
Mike 8. Switch.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew,